Today's video is all about draft classes. We have a team of players that were drafted in the 2010s versus a team of players that were drafted in the 2020s. The 2000s, well, they're just a little too old. We could not find a full team for them, so they just gonna have to sit this one out. So that means the guys drafted in the 2020 draft class, the 2021 draft class, and the 2022 draft class have to go up against pretty much everyone else. So I know it looks a little lopsided at first, but when you have Justin Jefferson on your team, anything is possible. He's the wide receiver #1 for the team of 2020. Speaking of the #1, how about a guy named Jamar Chase at wide receiver #2? They also have Waddle, Higgins, CD, and Olave. Running backs are looking pretty good as well. How about a guy named Jonathan Taylor? Also have Kenneth Walker III, Damian Pierce. And if there's some players on your favorite team that didn't make the video, man, it's all good. I know it hurts, but just understand that I took the best players possible. Jalen at quarterback #3. We're finally gonna get to see playoff Justin Herbert, man. I cannot wait to see what he does. He's quarterback #2. And we've already seen this guy in the playoffs, man. Joe at quarterback #1 for the team of 2020s. At tight end, of course, we have the 6'6 speedster Kyle Pitts, Pat Fryermuth, and Cole Kmet as well. Offensive line is not too shabby. Panay is going to be moved to right guard. You have Wirfs, Creed Humphrey, Onwenu, and Andrew Thomas. They're a 94 overall. Offense is a 96. Defense, however, well, they're a little bit young. Chase is going to lead the way at left end. Madubuike behind him. I read a stat that said, I think Aiden Hutchinson is the only player in the league with like 7 sacks and 2 interceptions. So I think Detroit did a good job with their draft pick. Greg Rousseau gonna be in front of him. At D tackle, we have Derek Brown and Jordan Davis. One of the best players in the league, leading the way at right outside linebacker. Micah Parsons. Also have Jalen Phillips, Nick Bolton, Jordan Brooks, Logan Wilson, and Josh Uche. Cornerbacks look pretty solid as well. Patrick Surtain II as CB #1. AJ Terrell Jr., Trevon Diggs, Sauce Gardner, L'Jarius Sneed, and Greg Newsome II. Antoine Winfield, Javon Holland, and McKinney at free safety. And then Duggar, Curl, and Chin as strong safety. McPherson at kicker, and Tommy Townsend at punter. Now, as for the 2010s, let's just say they're a little bit better. My homeboy leading the way at quarterback, of course. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, and Jacobs, who Nick Bosa said is the best running back in the league. So, speaking of the Raiders, how about this guy, Devontae Adams? Still, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in the league. If not him, maybe this guy, Tyreek Hill. If not him, maybe this guy, Cooper Kupp. If not him, you get the point. The 2010s have a nasty receiving core. Stephon Diggs, Nuke Hopkins, Scary Terry, AJ Brown. Of course, you had to get one of the best tight ends to ever do it, Travis Kelce. Not to mention George Kittle and Mark Andrews. 5 golden linemen. Every single one of them have superstar abilities. The entire O-line aging like fine wine. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Kelsey, Quentin, and Trent Williams, Lane Johnson for depth. D-Law starting at left end along with Burns and Watt. Myles Garrett at right and Nick Bosa, Von Miller. D-tackle, of course, Aaron Donald, Chris Jones, and Cam Jordan. TJ freaking Watt at left outside linebacker. Joey Bosa and Judon as well. MLB, you have Fred Warner, Levante DeMario, and Roquan. On the other side of TJ Watt, you have Max Crosby. If he gets tired, you have Khalil Mack. CB1 is Jalen Ramsey. CB2 is Big Play Slay. Then they have Tre'Davious in a slot. Humphrey, Jair, who low-key held Jay Jettas in check. I mean, 1 catch is crazy. This man might need to be higher than a 92. And then, of course, Denzel Ward. Free safety, Kevin Byard, Simmons, and Bates. Strong safety, Derwin James, Buddha, and Minka. Kicker, we have Justin Tucker, and punter AJ Cole. Every single one of these players was drafted between 2010 and 2019. The question is, can they take care of business against the 2020s? Get your predictions in the comments. Best 2 out of 3. Let's see who wins it. Game #1, we have Mahomes at quarterback for the 2010s and Burrow at quarterback for the 2020s. The 2020s just gotta keep it close. I know the 2010s, they have a lot of star power. They're going to score a lot of points. Just keep this thing close for as long as you possibly can. They begin half number 2 down multiple possessions. This one is getting out of hand. 45-9 at one point. 4 turnovers for them in this one, man. That's not going to be a recipe for success. That's how they find themselves down 33 points at the start of the 4th quarter. Then, of course, they have to worry about stopping McCaffrey, Chubb, and Henry. Not to mention these wide receivers. I mean, look at that. Devontae with a nasty stiff arm. Looking like a tight end, just trucking people, stiff arming left and right. There's just not much the 2020s are going to be able to do. Burrow not having the best showing in this one. Run game couldn't get going for the 2020s. Then again, they were down early. But in game number 2, Herbert's going to have to take care of the football if this team is going to have any chance to extend this to a 3rd game. 2nd and 3. I mean, dink and dunks. This one's pretty much over. 48-19. I thought the 2010s would win.
But not like this. They pooped on them, sheesh.
Hopefully, we get a much closer game in game number 2. Mahomes was flawless. Josh Allen's turn. But they still have the rest of the starters. So he still has a phenomenal supporting cast to throw to. Look at Tyreek, 2 touchdowns. The 2020s defense is going to have to tighten up if they want any chance to win this series. Time to see if Josh Allen can make it 2-0 for the 2010s, or if Justin Herbert can get it done and save the day for the 2020s. Hopefully, this is a much better showing from the 2020s, man. You know, that's the side Hurts on, so yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them win. Hey, man, I like players from both these teams, okay? Sue me, I like football. Much closer game. Look at the 2020s. Herbert keeping it close, man. That's what you love to see. 3-point game at the start of half number 2, but oh my goodness. Here come the 2020s. Down 3 at the start of 4th. You knew they weren't going out like that, man. They're at least gonna make this series competitive. Herbert with a nice throw on 1st down. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, taking care of the football. That's what you have to do against a team that's nasty. A team that has 10 different draft classes to choose from. Maybe 11. Hey, my math is not amazing. Either way, man, I know they had way more draft classes to choose from than the 2020s. But somehow they're keeping it close, and I might have just jinxed them. Herbert throws a pick 6, and just like that, they're down 2 possessions. Tre'Davious White in that white uniform, taking it to the crib. Herbert, you have plenty of time, okay? You're only down 10. Let's get 3 points on this drive at least. The 2020s are pretty much in a 4-down situation no matter what. Another dot. Kyle Pitts coming up clutch on this drive. They might have to keep going to him. That's his 9th catch of the game. Freiermuth with his hands up, he tried to get it in there. Great coverage from Fred Warner, man. How did the Niners do it? They always have amazing linebackers. It's honestly insane. Here comes the screen. I mean, look at that play. Why is he not getting talked about more, man? He might be the best. You have him at MLB. You can play man. You can do whatever. The middle of the field will be good. 2 chances to get this 1st down for Herbert and company. Remember, they have McPherson, so he has a nice leg, but it doesn't matter. The 2010s making it look easy with back-to-back pick 6s to seal the game. Andy Reid, Mahomes, and the 2010s are victorious in this series, man. A 2-0 sweep. We have not seen a sweep in a very long time, so, you know, hopefully the next matchup is a lot closer. We didn't even get to see Jalen versus Lamar. Still a fun one to do, man. Herbert low-key outplayed Josh Allen until he threw those 2 picks at the end. But it is what it is. The 2010s just have way too much talent. I want to do this again, maybe in 5 years if I'm still around. Hopefully, knock on wood. When the 2020s have a lot more talent. Jay Jetta's got 2 touchdowns. CD had 2 touchdowns. Like, they were balling. Gonna be a lot more talent in the next few years being added to the 2020s. If you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit that like button. And thanks for watching.
Stunning like I hit the jackpot. He don't wanna catch a fade. I'ma really get him blacked out. He ain't really about that life. Better breathe before you tap. Bop, steady rocking with the stripes. I'ma really get him checked. Everybody getting checked. Everybody getting bands. Will it end? Will it last? Better cars going fast.
Please don't say you wanna be friends. In my dreams we play pretend. Maybe I can love you endless and this and this.